Hi everyone, it's been a while. Today I just really been thinking about north nodes and south nodes and stuff, and I just decided to maybe make a video. It's been a long time since I did one. Come here, Name. Name's all big and strong now. Yeah. Yes, he's still a great boy. Yeah. Oh. Haven't really been myself lately, so I was decided to try to maybe do something that is similar to what I like to do, right? So today we're going to talk about North Node Gemini and South Node Sagittarius. So I have this placement, and so I can speak a lot about it. Now, when we're talking about the North and South nodes, a lot of people think it's like karma based, and also they think it's reincarnation based, which I agree with the reincarnation aspects. I have quarrels with the karma aspects. I believe karma is subjective to the person, so if someone believes something's bad, then obviously they will reap karma from it, right? But if someone doesn't believe it's bad, then it's not going to affect them in the same way. So karma is something that it's not me, buddy. Karma is something that is misunderstood, in my opinion, right? So you basically chose this, is what I'm getting at. No one did it to you. There's not some overarching good and bad, right? It's all subjective to the observer. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about the South Node. So, yes, Sagittarius has some aspects of like philosophy, teaching, higher learning, stuff like that, right? So there's all that, right? But I'm not really here to like get into that part of it, I suppose. More so just like someone with a Sagittarius South Node, they think they're right all the time. They think that they have to tell everyone exactly how it is, and between you and me, 9 times out of 10 you're probably right. But it doesn't matter that you're right, because that's not what you're here to do. You're not supposed to prove that you're right. You're supposed to listen, right? Even if you have the answer to someone's problem and you think you can fix it, if they would just listen to you, it doesn't mean that's what you're here to do. You're not supposed to do that for them. And if they want it and they listen, great, right? I also think it's very narrow-minded. So what I mean by narrow-minded, I guess not narrow-minded, more like fixated, right? So they could be telling you about their problems, and you could be like, oh yeah, I understand. But you're only focusing on like one aspect of it. So they could tell you 3 things that went wrong in that day, and you're over here analyzing them and thinking of the overarching aspect of why their day went bad, right? But that might not be how they're feeling about it. It might be logically a conclusion you can come to, but it doesn't mean that it's the end-all be-all answer, right? So you can't get frustrated at someone when they don't want to talk to you anymore because you're trying to always fix them, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at. It can cause a lot of problems in relationships. I did watch some videos, and some people were saying that it's previously because of the way you were. Now, or at the end of your life, you realize that loneliness, right? So you chose learning and teaching and isolation more than anything else in your life, and at the end of it, you're probably died alone type shit. So I'm feeling that a lot with where I'm at in my life too, and kind of always pushing people away, right? Because either I want to help them, but they're not listening, so I don't want to deal with them, or thinking that they have to fit in my life the way that I deem them to fit, right? So it's a struggle. It's a back and forth, and it also doesn't mean that you need to completely detach from your self node, because that is a life that you lived. It's kind of who you are in your younger years, but it's transitioning that to the now North Node Gemini, right? So North Node Gemini is supposed to be a lot, taking things lighter, right? Listening more than speaking, right? Doing things that you might not have done before, or seeing things in a different light than the fixated mindset of the Sagittarius. It's funny though, because in astrology they're both mutable, which is really interesting because of the way that the Sagittarius comes off to others, right? So you might not be thinking of like spiritual or philosophical subjects in a fixated mindset, but it comes off to others as that, right? Of like, oh, that guy will not change his mind about what he believes, or I can't say anything around that person because they see it in a different way. And also the Sagittarius is a lot louder than, and like energetically louder, right? Seen as stronger than their opinions, right? And that comes off as it gives you friction, right, within relationships. But with the Gemini, it's supposed to be more like, oh yeah, I see it from that point of view. Just listening more than speaking. The thing that I was also kind of interested in too, I'll leave her description down in the or her channel down in the description, because I think she does awesome videos. But she was saying something about how like the Aries is kind of like the I am, Taurus is about the I value, right? And then the Gemini is kind of like the I think and or I communicate, right? But with the Gemini being like I think that's funny because it's like the it's like the twins, right? With the what you should be doing, but then the bad one's like, okay, but what if that? It's the overthinking, overanalyzing kind of deal, which as the Sagittarius is more of like I know, right? So it's more taking it from a solid understanding to now, okay, maybe I didn't see something, so questioning it, being like maybe it's more like this, or it could be in all these different realms of thought. It's a hard one to deal with. I think everyone will believe that theirs is hard to deal with. I wouldn't have it any other way though. I feel that way about all of my signs and aspects, right? It's something that I chose. It wouldn't make me without them, right? As going forward with these videos, I don't want to teach. I want to just speak on my experience of these things, right? So I might not make a video about your aspects because maybe I can understand them, but I'm not trying to teach them to you, right? I feel like you can find that information if you want to, right? Or maybe something in this video made you think of something else, right? There's so much information on the internet and so many people that are trying to teach all these signs and aspects that I'm not meant to do that, right? I just kind of want to have like a record of where I'm at in my life, something I can go back to for future reference of like, oh, I was seeing it this way, maybe I can look at it in a different way now that I'm older, right? I'm still obviously going to leave my old videos up because I think they have value to people. And I'm still going to talk about these subjects. So I'm going to bring up a bunch of different things. But I'm not going to go one by one through the zodiac saying, oh, this sign's for this sign's for that. No. It's just not how this channel is going to go forward, I suppose. Maybe I'll get some of these awkward jitters out a little bit as I do more videos. I plan to just kind of put everything out on it, right? Maybe some gaming videos, music, stuff like that, art, or even supporting other people, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.